Hey guys, I have something exciting to tell you. I know I haven't updated my AI journal for a month, but at the end of the day, nobody is really watching it. Almost nobody is going to watch it. But that is because I have been playing around with Agent for a month. That's the reason I haven't uploaded any videos on my channel. And let me tell you something, Agents work perfectly well. Even high school students like me can use Agent to tackle some problems in my life. So, for example, I ask Agent to write a sort of program to automatically download CIE past papers for me, and they work perfect well. Let's say like I download the past papers of computer science for past 4 years, and you see everything is here. The point I see here is how different Agent and Chatbox is. You see, Chatbox cannot download files onto a computer. Chatbox cannot program your computer. Chatbox cannot do this. But Agent can do this. It can download files like directly to computer. It can make edits. It can take control of your computers. And that is how agents or artificial intelligence starts to become your real assistant. That's when the difference is starting to take place. I mean, from my perspective, might not be very technical. So I think there's a need for me to like reintroduce the functions of this. It's actually a skill of Claude Code. You like the user input the range of years of papers, and what kind of papers, like paper 1, paper 2, paper 3 you want, or you want all of them, which is a default option. What kind of files you want. For example, you might want grade threshold for reference. You can add it, but I mean, actually grade threshold is default option. Anyway, that's the input. The output is a file, like all the files you need automatically download. You don't have to do anything. It just got downloaded straight into your computer. The source is a website, and I mean you need a source for a crawler, and that's very obvious. However, this is just one successful application of Agent. I have got other successful examples. For example, I wrote I vibe code a program to automatically remove handwriting of some papers, like you can like see on the website, like, or on the internet. Like, for example, to better explain, you can download, like, there are a lot of written papers on Little Red notebook, like Little Red book, but it's written, and somehow you want to write it like yourself, like on a blank sheet, like on blank paper, and now you have to remove all the handwriting, remove all the thing. So I was thinking that the theory can be very simple. You just remove all the colored handwriting, and that's it. It's all because of a feature I observed. You see, those content creators use only like e version of papers. Like, they are writing on their e version. They are writing on applications like GoodNotes or Notability, and they are obviously going to use a colorful pen. Now, to remove all the handwriting, you only need to remove the colorful thing. And that will be simple. I'm not a CS major student, and I know that it should be pretty simple to remove something if you know that the color is very different. I mean, it is just RGB, right? You can remove anything except like black and white, and that's the theory. That's basically the theory. Starting with that starting point, I ask AI to write a program for me. You know what? There is something I cannot imagine. I cannot dare to imagine I can do. I know the theory. Yes, I know. And that is a very basic and fundamental theory that everybody can notice. But without the technique, without the expertise, without the knowledge, I cannot write a program. But it's simple. However, because of some barrier, because of some barrier, I cannot write it. Now, we have agent, we have AI, we have basically everything. That's the total game changer. It changes everything. Now I can do it within a unbelievably short time. It doesn't take me much time. It is quick. And it is super, super effective. Unbelievable. So you see, there are some common things about the tasks I have done. They are all about files, about file processing. From my perspective, that should be the strength of agent. They are so good at processing files. And you know what? There will be more scenarios for us to process files with AI. Files are basically information, but in a more hardcore form. Yeah. And we actually just abstract what AI is good at. AI is good at processing information. That is a common belief. Agent being good at processing files is basically good at processing information. However, they are empowered by the correct tool. They can do this. They can write the program. They can write the thing, and they can directly test it, do experiments, and implant them onto users' computers. That is a big leap. It is a success. I mean, obviously, agent can do even more. I have never doubted that. Agent can do more, like more advanced things. Not only files, but information is a start point. Once you can process information, you can do basically everything. It is all about editing things, right? What is going to come up next in the future for agent? Maybe they can accept visualization. So I think for now, agent is just like still like using computer in a PowerShell way, like writing commands. You see, that would not be the terminal step. That would not be the terminal stage. There is definitely going to be more. And as far as I'm concerned, the next slide, I mean, it's basically my prediction. It would be like how AI can do the visualization work. Because you see, humans start to use computer like when humans first use computer, they are basically typing commands in something like a PowerShell. It's not efficient. It's not very good. It's just like you are using a DNN instead of a CNN, right? But now after later, we all know that we have the visualization. You can see things. Like you don't have to type a command to open these files. Now you just click it. You move your mouse and you click it and it is open. And then we have all those applications and everything. But that does make me wonder whether AI really need to see things. Like visualization exists because we are not computers, right? Humans are not computers, so they need something easier. But do we really need to make things easier for like computer itself? More exactly, artificial intelligence? Do we have to make things easier? Won't that be totally unnecessary? Okay. But that really reminds me of convolution like CNN. You see the big leap from DN to CNN is great. So in DN, the information is all like in one dimension, and it is forced because the input is 2-dimension, and you put it in a neural network, suddenly it will just become 1-dimension. Like you have to force it to like compress it into an array. Okay. And with CNN, a neural network can be better at understanding the features of a picture, like, or even more, with a convolution kernel or something. I mean, I'm far from an expert in this field, so I'm pretty sure that I might not be able to predict what is going to happen in the agent, for agent, but I do know there is something agent is lacking. For example, my Claude, it cannot really read PDF really well. I mean, for now, it cannot read like information in various other forms except text. You see, the input they can receive are very limited for now. And I believe there is a word for it, like a terminology for the direction I'm describing they should develop. Like multi-modules or something. I don't know the English name, but I think that's a good direction for them to work. Yeah. So above is just some random thoughts I have during the usage of the agents and all the new things. I would say I hadn't used it for so long. Have used it for various reasons. But yeah, it's cool. But I have some warning or suggestion to give you. Maybe I think we shouldn't waste too much time on this, because like, developing a tool or like building a wheel doesn't really mean you're doing anything. That's the lesson I learned within the last year, I guess. Building a workflow, like updating it, or building a wheel, like building a tool, does not mean you are making a progress. Maybe that will accelerate or make the thing more efficient, but you're still like at the origin. You're not moving forward. And I can write a lot of programs like about how to download all the papers. But what's the point if eventually I get to like finish none of them? I just download them. It's quick. It's saving time. But you see, I'm not doing any of them, and that is goddamn hilarious. I'm not doing any of them. I'm just downloading them. It's really quick. You know what? I actually waste a lot of time shooting this video, and it is actually making the situation even worse. I'm like, so for now, I doubt whether it is efficient now. I mean, you see, I write the code, I talk with agent and talk about the theory I want to use. The whole process is like 10 minutes, and I shoot this video, I think maybe like 30 minutes. I upload it, 10 minutes more. Let's say 1 hour in total. And how many time like I really have to download all the files I need to do, like download all the exam paper I have to do. It's going to be tough. It's going to be time consuming. But at most, it is going to be like within 10 minutes, right? So that is funny. That is very funny. I mean, from my perspective. So if you're watching here, there will be a very serious warning. Like, don't really like get obsessed or like too into this kind of things, like building a program. I don't know. It might deviate from your original goal or path. That's my suggestion, and that's a very serious one. Like, you should remember this. Definitely, you should remember this. That's important. Very important. Even important than any other information I gave in this video. Very important, guys. Okay, so I have talked about the thing I did. Like, those are just some little examples. And now let's look at how we can do this. How you can do this easily. So you see, what I do is like we doing a PowerShell. Like, it's a PowerShell, and we type Claude. It should be downloaded. Like, you can go to the website, and there are a lot of tutorials about how to get Claude code into your computer. And you see, we are in China most of the time. We're in China most of the time. So, and I don't have an America telephone. or a good friend in America, so I cannot use Claude. But you know what? We can use DeepSeek still, and that is good. I will be honest with you. DeepSeek is killing it. It's so good, man. Honestly, it's very, very good. I'm not gonna lie. So in the past, I have some privilege. I have some very I don't know how to say it, but maybe bias towards Chinese models. You know, because all the rumors about the distillation of the models, like I was thinking if the whole model of DeepSeek is distilled from GPT, what is the point? Like, what's the point? I can use the GPT, of course. But now I know it. It is cheaper. It is more efficient. It is better. It is better. I mean, and now you can type it. Hi, how can I help you? How can I help you today? So, yeah, I buy some API from DeepSeek. Yeah, and it's cheap. I am not a frequent user, but I definitely use it for quite often. I use it to sort of tutor me about how to write codes. And it's good, and it's good, really good. I use it like at a medium frequency, and it only cost me like around 10 RMB. That is only several dollars. That was several bucks. Oh my god, so cheap, really cheap. The API is very accessible. You just go to the main platform and you click I want to buy API, and you buy it with Alipay. Everyone can pay with Alipay. If you can't, pay with WeChat Pay. If you cannot use both of them, contact me or your friends to do a favor. You can do it. You don't need a visa. You don't need an American telephone number. You don't need anything. Boom. Pretty easy, honestly. You can do, and then you can do all the thing. You can use the skill. You see, skill is the essence of Claude Code, the agent. I have downloaded like Skill Creator, like globally on my computer, CIE crawler. Things I need like to download the past papers. A few permission prompts. I think it is official. I also created a lot of skills for me, but it's not visible here in CDisk. Those are like CS tutors. I make agent tutor me, mostly about computer science because it is what the agent is good at. I make an index to all the resources I have, and there will be plenty of resources. And agent can teach me write codes, and I can see them directly in IDE. I can change them, and the agent can see them. You see, we sort of save the cycle here, like save some user steps you might face when you are actually interacting with some chatbots. You will know what I mean if you really try this. So let me think. Do I have other things to say? I haven't done much about the application. In fact, I totally know that know a lot about the suggestion I just gave to you. So I have been learning a lot about the series, and I have written a lot of real codes from scratch, no AI, about deep learning and of course machine learning. And I do know deep learning is a subset of machine learning. And I learned a lot about the theory. Yeah. And that has been pretty cool. Really cool, honestly. But just I want to how amazing it is, how amazing agent can help you do. I don't think without AI, I will never learn how to write a crawler. In the past I thought only hackers can write a crawler. How can oh my god, I thought only hackers can write a crawler about automatically download something, download the raw sources on the internet. Oh my god. And now with agent I can write as many crawlers I want. That's true. And that is so exciting. Does that mean we can do anything? No. We cannot do anything. But that's very... Still, again, it's very exciting, isn't it?